Allison Sargent is with me on the set to take a look at what the papers have been saying today. Hi, Allison.
Hi, Jeannie.
You're going to start with a story in Nigeria, that story where hundreds of schoolgirls were abducted last week and were happily released.
That's right, Jeannie. We see some of these girls on the front page of the Wall Street Journal today. The paper reports that their abduction last Friday was the second mass kidnapping in just over a week in Nigeria's northwest, where, quote, kidnapping for ransom has become a lucrative industry. Now, Nigerian authorities deny that any ransom was paid, but one of the girls told the Wall Street Journal that it was. She said that kidnappers woke them up in the middle of the night saying, "You idiots, wake up, the money has come." Nigerian paper, the Daily Trust, also interviewed some of the girls. They said that their captors gave them their phone numbers and promised to visit their parents to come and ask for their hands in marriage. The kidnappers also told the girls to abandon school so that they could come and marry them instead.
Now, some are saying that getting children to abandon school is really the main goal of these kidnappers.
Yeah, in an op-ed for this same paper, the Daily Trust, one writer says that these repeated abductions go beyond ransom. They are, quote, deliberately arranged to discourage learning of Western education in northern Nigeria. This editorialist writes that after the 2014 abduction in Chibok, many in Nigeria thought it would be sort of a wake-up call for the government, but this recent string of mass kidnappings, this writer says, shows that the government has not learned any lesson. They say it's time now for brutal force to suppress the, quote, rampaging bandits who are threatening the country's education sector.
Allison, let's come back to France now, where Nicolas Sarkozy has launched a media offensive as he's trying to prepare his appeal of the corruption conviction he just got.
That's right. The former president has given an exclusive interview to his friends at right-wing paper Le Figaro. As we read in the headline inside the paper, he said, "I cannot accept being convicted for something that I didn't do." He also said that if his appeal fails, he may take the case to the European Court of Human Rights. Sarkozy said, quote, "It would be painful for me to have to condemn my own country, but I am willing to do it. It would be the price of democracy." Meanwhile, cartoonists do not think that Sarkozy is going to end up paying much of a price at all, whatever happens. In this cartoon from Chapat on the front page of Swiss paper Le Temps, the judge is telling Sarkozy, "You can carry out your sentence by wearing a bracelet." And Sarkozy replies, "Well, in that case, I'll take a Rolex." Meanwhile, The Guardian's Steve Bell gives his version of the judge's sentence, complete with a terrible French accent. In this cartoon, I'm going to do my best. "I sentence you to be taken to your big house and smacked on the wrist until you are very uncomfortable."
Okay, that is quite a funny cartoon. All right, let's go now to the United States for a word about the late children's author, Dr. Seuss, someone all of us in America know very well. Well, the company that's in charge of his legacy has decided to stop publishing several of his books over racist imagery.
That's right. Now, fans, Jeannie, should not panic because the books that they're going to stop publishing are not some of his best-known titles. You can see one of them in the Wall Street Journal today. This is one I hadn't heard of. It's called "And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street." Another one of the 6 books that they're going to stop publishing is "If I Ran the Zoo." Now, this decision did come directly from Dr. Seuss Enterprises. It was not a case of reader backlash. Still, the Wall Street Journal explains that it does come at a fraught time for the publishing industry, which, quote, finds itself caught up in political and cultural crosshairs. Now, cartoonist Matt Davies for the Long Island paper Newsday is already imagining sort of a potential reaction that conservatives could have to this in the style of Dr. Seuss here. "I do not like to cancel Seuss in culture war. I don't like truce. I do not like it when things change. I do not like to feel I'm strange. It is my right to see and like an unkind racial stereotype."
All right, we're going to stay in the United States for this next story. One of the country's most popular women, over 70, has been vaccinated against the coronavirus.
That's right, Jeannie. This story wins the award for the day's best headline. Dolly Parton gets a taste of her own medicine. This headline actually came from Dolly Parton herself. That's kind of the phrase she tweeted as she got her vaccine. The Washington Post reminds us that the singer donated $1 million to help fund the Moderna vaccine. It really solidified her status as a national hero last year. In a video, she also urged people to get vaccinated, updating the lyrics of her hit song, Jolene. I'm a terrible singer, so I don't want to sing it for you, but I can kind of recite it. You can imagine it goes, "Vaccine, vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. I'm begging of you, please don't hesitate."
Oh, love that, Dolly. Love me some Dolly. Dolly. All right, our last story is about another inspirational female over 70. In this case, though, a wild albatross.
That's right. This albatross is the world's oldest known wild bird, and it has hatched a new chick at the ripe age of 70. A nice reminder that it's never too late in life to start off on a new project. The Independent reports that the albatross is named Wisdom, and she has already raised at least 40 chicks in her life. She lives on the Midway Atoll, not too far from Hawaii. The paper explains that this species, Lazen albatrosses, usually mate for life, but due to her age, a Wisdom has had to find multiple mates because she just keeps outliving them.
Something good about getting older there for an albatross. Allison, thank you so much for that look at the press review today.